At the same time, every time you should perform some operation like insert, update, or delete or undelete, whatever it is. You should perform any operation within the backend logics, like within whatever the logic you have to implement for that logic. You should depending on the DML concept only. Yes. Let me record this session.
Already record started.
Yeah, someone started. Okay. Okay. So let's tell me what is meant by DML concept here. What is the meaning of DML? It's a common terminology in every technology.
Data manipulation language.
It stands for data manipulation language.
It is used to retrieve the data from the database.
This is to
Retrieve data from database.
only for retrieving perspective.
Manipulate the data.
And manipulate.
It means
also manipulate.
Update, delete, insert.
Whatever the action you want to perform, like insert, update, delete, or undelete. So these four actions are depending on the DML statements only. Okay. What are the available DMLs in Salesforce?
Insert, update, delete, upset, match,
and delete. Yeah, so these are the DMLs available within the Salesforce platform. So very frequently we used to write the DMLs for insert and update functionality. So while you're working for the integration perspective, will depending on the upsert. So upsert is nothing but within a single transaction, you're able to insert the record or you're able to update the record. That's the reason we are utilizing this upsert statement. If you want to delete any record information through the Apex program, we should go with the delete DML and merging the DML to combine the data. Like if there are any duplicate records available, if you want to merge those information, we are having a DML called merge DML. The same to undelete. So if you delete any records by mistake or wantedly deleted any records, if you want to retrieve the deleted records from the database, so there is a DML called undelete. So these are the available DMLs. And coming to the each and every type of DML. So they are having some the nature of the work. Like if you go with the insert DML, with the help of insert, you can create a record inside the Salesforce object. Like let's tell me guys how I can create a object instance through programmatically.
object.
Take account is the object account.
Object name like a variable name ACC.
Yeah, variable name object variable name is equal
to new
the keyword. You create
object
and account bucket and close the statement. So this is the syntax to create an object through programmatically. Let's say, for example, now if you want to insert any account record, first what we should have the account object. So in line number 4, I created the account object and I want to create a record, account record. So how I can create a record here? So there is a object variable ACC. So ACC is the variable to access the account object through programmatically. ACC dot, what is the mandatory field available in the account? See, while creating a new account, so there is a mandatory field, right? So account name. So without having account name, we cannot insert any record where UI. Like let's say, for example, I don't want to give any account name. If I try to save this record, it is throwing some error. See, you must enter a value on the account name field value. The same way, while inserting a record through programmatically, the name, the mandatory fields are important. So without having the required information, you cannot insert any field value. ECC dot name is equal name which type of data type, guys? String type. Since it is a string type, we should maintain the single quote. Mahesh inserted. This is the name I am providing to the sample record and end the statement. And let me write the debug log to print the value. So, this is it. Yeah, so if I execute these 3 lines of code, so what will happen, guys?
Account name is inserted.
Account is inserted. Let me execute. See, the code is executed. If I go to the debug log, here the account information is available. So name is Mahesh inserted through Apex. But if you go to the UI, if you go to the database, just go to the account object, you can go to all accounts list view. And here you can check with the record information. See, there is no record with the name of Mahesh inserted through Apex because of in our code, we didn't utilize any DML statement, correct? I just created an object instance and I'm providing a value, static value, and I'm printing the value, what are the value available is in the name. But here we are not utilizing any DML. So let's say, for example, you can insert, use the DML, insert. See, I'm just inserting this account variable. If I utilize the insert DML here, let's see what will happen. See, our code is executed. Yeah, our code is executed and log file will be generated. And if you go to the debug log, here the difference between these two log files. Here you can see the name information, Mahesh inserted through Apex. And if I utilize the insert DML, here you can see the record ID. So this is the ID. So which is linked with the data table. And if you go with the account object, if you search with this ID, the record is created through Apex class. Okay. If I refresh this page, here you can get the record. See, Mahesh inserted through DML. See, this is the record we just created via Apex. Okay. You can check the date and time as well. And if you identify the record ID, see whatever the ID available, you can just remember this ID 0019 and last 18L3. If you go to the anonymous window, see the same ID 0019, see 18L3. So this is the way to insert a record through the insert DML. So to create a record through using insert DML. So just the DML is linked with your Apex program to your data table. Yeah, guys, do you have any questions?
Yeah, Mahesh, in that there is add 3 characters QAZ.
That's a unique ID. I mean to say, QAJ for every record ID, there are having unique ID. See, you can count the number. How many characters are there? It should be a 60. Yeah, you can
Hello?
count this. Yeah.
If you want to add multiple records, then how it will be work?
Yeah, that's what I want to say. So this is for the single record insertion. In our previous session, we discussed about the collections concept, right? Single record insertion. Yeah. What about the bulk records insertion? What about the bulk records? See, which collection I should take here?
Set.
Why is
List.
why not map? First, let's
Map is
check
key and
how
value
do I
pair.
create syntax here. So how do I create using the list syntax here? List of ACC list is equal new list of account. So this is the syntax, correct? Yeah. So this is the object instance we created in Apex language. So this is also object instance we are creating through list collection. So this can store only one record. This can store multiple records, correct? Now the requirement is to create bulk records. Like I just want to create 10 records at a time. So how can I create for loop account ACC? Yeah, what I should do here?
Colon.
Colon. It's simple thing, guys. Now the requirement is to use bulk records. Before we have seen the list collection, there is a method called add. If you go with the add method, you can add multiple records. Now the requirement is we are working on the account object. We should insert bulk records to the account data table. So we are having the list type instance for the account object. Now I want to insert bulk records on the account object. In this case, so how can I implement my for loop?
Specify condition.
Yeah, which condition I should specify? Within the for loop, I should provide. Yeah, tell me. So directly I should take the for loop of account, or I can go with the I is equal to 0, I value less than 5. So it means it should create, it should go with the 5 times and increasing the I. What we could insert the account records. So let's create the account instance inside the for loop. Yeah, account object is there. Now how many records we should create? Name is bulk records, record inserted. Yeah, this is the name I want to give my account value. See, now how do I add these account records into this list? There is a method called add list variable dot add of your for loop variable. What is the for loop variable? ACC. Yeah, simple thing, guys. So this is the object instance having with the account variable. So this variable can store only one record. So in our collections concept, I clearly show you, like if you go with the normal account object instance, it can access only one record while writing SQL query. Yeah, let me show you. Account ACC is equal to, if I write a SQL query, select ID command name from account. So if I don't apply any limitation here, how many records it will receive? See, it throws error, query exception. List has more than one row for assignment to a subject. See, it will receive multiple record, but this variable cannot store multiple records. So the same way, inside the collection, list of account list is equal the same query. If you write this query, let me apply the system.debug. If I execute these two lines now, it will execute because of the type is collection type. So we are having the collection type. So that is the reason we are able to execute, and we will receive the record ID and name information from the database. Like what are the records available within the SQL query, we will receive through the line number 12. But if I don't utilize the list collection here, this query is not going to execute because of there is a limit exception. So the same way, now this is the requirement to insert a bulk record. So here I am applying a collection list. So this ACC list is able to insert bulk record. To insert the bulk record, here I am applying a for loop. So within this for loop, I mentioned a value, I value is 0, and I'm increasing the I value up to 5, and I'm adding the account instance inside this for loop. Automatically, this account value increases up to 5 times. So after 5 records insertion, I'm adding the whole 5 records into the collection. Automatically, your DML will execute. So your DML will create 5 records. For best practice, how can we write the DML? So always we should write the DMLs after the for loop only. So insert which value? List variable. Now we are inserting this value. If you go to if you write system.debug, yeah, what are the records inserted in this particular list? You can print the records with the help of the system.debug. Yeah, now let's execute this code block. See, now the code is executed. If you go to the UI, if you go to the account tab, see here you can see the 5 record information. Bulk record inserted. The name is bulk record inserted. The same value we provided in our code. So bulk record inserted. So only 5 records inserted because of our condition is to insert only up to 5 records. That's the reason it is inserting the 5 records. And from the log file, you can refer the DML count. Scroll down. See how many DMLs executed, guys? Only one DML. Number of rows, 5 rows created. 5 records are created. Why only one DML executed? Because of I am inserting the records after the for loop only. So in this case, ACC list is only having, see, ACC list is coming under one record only. See, this one record only. So if I write this DML statement inside this for loop, see, if I write the DML statement inside this for loop, let me execute. In this case also it will execute it because of, sorry, the DML exception. Yeah, so the ID. See, as I said, your for loop is checking with each and every record from the 0th index in index part. So if you are trying to insert inside the for loop, so your the first transaction is 0th index record. So the record will be inserted. Again, within the for loop, we are having the insert DML. it is checking with the record of 0th index only, because of every new record will start with the 0th index. As I said, the list is a ordered collection. It will check from the 0th index order only. So again, the ID, whatever the ID already created, the ID will be blocked because of Salesforce doesn't have any duplicate IDs. So for the best practice, always you should write any DML statements outside the for loop only. Yeah, got it, guys?
Hello? Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
We have added 5 records, but of the same name. Bulk
Yeah.
record inserted. And if you want to insert it 5 record, different types of names, or we have to get the values from the user.
See, anyway, in real time, you are not going to utilize the static values, okay? Instead, within the account name, you should map some value, okay? At that time,
Yeah.
your account name should map with any other object record name. So no need to worry. So while moving to the next level, you will get to know. As of now, if you want to increase the value, so you can simply write the I value here. Okay. Then automatically your record will be increased.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir. Hello.
Yes, please.
Sir. 14 number statement. Can you explain, please, again? For integer I0, what exactly 0, and I5 is a record, I know, but I plus plus. What is
So this is the for loop. So we are having some control structure statements. So like for loop, while loop, do something. Okay. So now we are having the collection list. This collection should insert bulk records. So as per our requirement, I am taking the for loop. This for loop is starting the record value from the 0th part. See, as I said, account is ordered collection. It will start inserting a record from the 0th index. So, but you can take any value, any I value, and whatever the I value you are trying to increase in here. So I less than 5. So it means from 0 to 5. What? How many indexes are there? So how many times it will true? So it will start from 0 and it is checking with the I less than 5. The statement is true and it will create a record. Again, it is starting with the I value 1. It is checking with the I condition I less than 5. So 1 less than or equal to 5 is equal to true. So the condition is satisfied. It is inserting a record. Again, it is coming to the I index 3. 3 less than 5 is equal to true. So it will create index. The same time, if it comes to the 5, 5 less than 5 is not true. It automatically will stop the insertion process. Okay.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And coming to the update functionality. See, what is meant by update here? First, let me tell you how do I collect a record from database. First, we need to have the data, object instance. So we should create object inside the program. So this is the syntax: account is equal to new account. And now we are having the account object instance. Now I want to update any particular record. Let's say, for example, this is the record test formula. Now I want to update this type value, type or phone number value. So this is my requirement. How do I update this record? See, if you identify, there is an ID field available here. So copy this ID. And how do I update? Let me write query to retrieve the record. Select ID, comma, which value you are trying to update? Type. Type account where ID is equal So we already copied that ID. Pass the ID. If you have any doubts, just try to copy this query and execute inside the query editor. Then you will get to know like the exact record is returning or not. Execute this query.
Yes, missing.
Type API name. Okay, let me take name. A non-passing error. ID name from account.
After ID, you have given dash and colon.
Mahesh, why ID again? Select ID.
I'm just returning only this ID value. I mean to say, well, I just want to collect only this record. If I remove this query, it will return ID value along with the name value. So ID we are having, the name value we are having. Now the requirement is I want to update any particular record, this test formula record. So here the filter is where ID is equal. This is the ID. IDs always should be on single quote. Execute. Oh, and I'm passing query. Where name is equal. Same.
Maybe after equal, remove that syntax.
No, that is exact syntax. Yeah, 1 minute, guys. Hello, yeah, Niharika. లేదు నేను యాక్చువల్ ప్యాకేజ్ క్రియేట్ చేసా డిప్లాయ్ చేసి నేను మీకు అప్డేట్ చేస్తాను.
అంటే ఇది అయిపోతే నేను చేయాలి మళ్ళీ ఛార్జింగ్ లేదు.
ఓ మై గాడ్, నాకు కొంచెం టైం పట్టింది. నా టాస్క్ లో కాంపోనెంట్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ఫ్లోస్ కూడా ఉన్నాయి. ఐ థింక్ ఇట్ విల్ టేక్ సమ్ టైం. Krishan, did you complete your task? Oh, Superman. Then let's try to deploy my task as well. Yeah, guys, please continue. I'll be there within 30 minutes. So I have some work, okay? Yeah. Thank you. Happy Diwali. Bye-bye. Yeah.
మా అక్క రావాలి అది అయితే.
Okay, so in this case, our where condition is not working. Let me copy the syntax. Let's go here, queries in Salesforce. See, got it. There is no colon. We are applying a colon here. Where ID is equal. In single quote. if you execute this statement, subject type account is not supported. Subject type account is not supported. What happened? Account is not. Let me copy the same syntax. Oh my God. I think it is a server issue, guys. Our query editor is not able to read the queries. See, I just copied the same syntax from the developer guide, and if I try to execute it here, it doesn't replying anything, like account is not supported. Why it doesn't support it? Where account name is equal to test formula. Okay, anyway, let me try to execute the code, then we'll check with the condition. Yeah, we're just doing an update. Okay, so I just created a query, like I just created instance without having the collection type. So this variable should return this particular ID record. So let me execute this ID and let me update the value acc dot type is equal. What are the values available in type? Corporate. Now I just updated a type value. And what is the DML we are having? Update ACC. So if our query is working fine, and if it is returning this particular record value, the record should update the type value with corporate value. So because of we are using the update DML. So let me execute. Before that, let me refresh this page. See, as of now, the type is empty. Let's execute. Unexpected token is equal. Yeah. Line number 25. What is this? It's playing with me. Yeah, directly I'm trying to update the value. And it should end with the semicolon. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, anyway, finally our code is executed. See, so I'm trying to execute a query editor, but here the account object is not supporting to return any value. But I just utilize the same query. In this case, the query is executed fine, but let me check with the UI. The record is updated or not. So as of now, the type is empty. If you refresh this page, see the type is updated with the corporate because of we are providing the value, the type value is equal to corporate only. See, from here, the record is automatically updated. If you want to check this functionality again, let's update with any value. So another government non-profit is there, NYN PRO FIT. Okay. So now the value is corporate. If I provide value non-profit, let me execute again. Yeah, our code is executed. And if you refresh this page, the value is updated with the non-profit because of we are executed through anonymous window, and this is updated the record value. See, sometimes our query editor is not working properly. That is the problem. See, anyway, in real time, we are utilizing the tool called Workbench. If you want to check any SQL queries, we should copy the query from the Apex, and we can check with the Workbench only. See, still it is not supporting, but anyway, our update is done. Yeah, any questions guys on update?
Yeah, ID is mandatory, yeah, Mahesh. Select ID.
Without having ID, it doesn't identify. So either it should return the record. So here I'm collecting the ID. So instead of ID, you can collect the name as well. So this is the name. If I the test formula, and instead of condition ID, and write name is equal to the name. Okay, and change the value corporate, and let me update again. See, now I just changed the filter section. The account name is test formula. I copied this information, and as of now type is non-profit, and let me update for exceptional change mode. See, test formula. There are multiple records available with the particular name. So that's the reason it doesn't tell you. Can apply limit and try to update. See, if it is ID, it is not checking with the limitation. If it is a name, it is checking with the limitation. So I just utilize the name filter. As of now, non-profit is there. Just refresh the page, and it is updated with the corporate. So not only the ID is not a mandatory thing. Whatever the field you are trying to apply filter within where filter, so the field information should mandatory. Yeah, got my point.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Instead of ID, you can query with you can filter with any available value. The name or type or primary contact, phone, fax, whatever it is. It depends on it's up to requirement. Yeah, this is the single record update. What about bulk record update? What about the bulk record update?
Use for loop.
So I utilize the for loop. Yeah, you should remember, guys. If the requirement is on bulk level, I mean, if it is more than one record level, always remember there is a collection, whether it is a list, set, or map, whatever it is. Since it is a bulk record operation, we should maintain the collection. Okay. Okay. Let me write collection list of, and this is a list is equal. Let me write the SQL query. And where name is equal, so we inserted 5 records with the bulk record inserted. This is the name I'm filtering. Where name is equal, this thing. Let me remove the limit because of we should collect all the records, what are the value available with this particular name. So now we are having the bulk records, like 5 records are there. Now I want to update, right? I should write for loop or I can update directly. Yeah, guys, tell me, I should write for loop or this is also fine. Okay.
Using for loop.
Right.
No need.
No need. Okay. Update. list. Yeah, let's identify what happened if I don't want it like for loop. See our hello guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Is there anything happen here? The bulk record inserted. The same values are there. We didn't update any value here, right? We just collected the record and we updated it. Let me, for example, I want to update the name value. How can I update?
So actually we are not to specify the what to update.
Exactly. So we didn't specify anything as of now. What we have to exactly update. See, how can I get that information? Yeah, tell me guys, if let's say for example, if
Using
I
for loop.
Yeah, account ACC.
Collection name.
Okay. ACC dot
Name equal.
name is equal.
Collection name that. Okay.
Updated. This is the name value. And if I add this ACC value inside the collection, and now I'm adding the update DML after the for loop. See, here inside the for loop, I created instance of account, and within the account variable, I'm changing the name value. Mahesh updated. Let me check. Is it working fine or not? See, final exception. Cannot modify a collection while it is being iterated. See, the collection is iterating here. ACC list is iterating within the for loop. I am trying to update the records. So what is the error, guys? This is important, guys. Like while working with the real-time programming, you will face the same kind of errors. So if you remember this error handling, automatically you can work with your project. Okay. So final exception cannot modify collection while it is being iterated. So our account list is iterating within the for loop. So that is the reason we are unable to update the collection record, collection variable. Now what we have to do, what exactly we have to do? See, instead of writing the query here, so you must write the query inside the for loop. And here you can create instance, new list of account. Okay, now let's try. Our for loop is returning the records, and our for loop variable is having the new name value. Mahesh updated. Finally, I'm adding the for loop variable into the collection variable. So after the for loop, I'm updating my collection variable. See, any guys case, any error is came? See, there are no errors. So our code got executed. Here it is showing the bulk record inserted. If I refresh this page, see, automatically the name will be changed. Mahesh updated. Because of from our code, I'm changing the record name value. The previous value is the bulk record inserted, and the new value is Mahesh updated. So this is the old value, this is the new value. If you want to check with the old and new values, you can go with the log file. Here you can identify the old value and the new value information. Also the DML count. See, one SQL query is executed, 5 rows are returned, and one DML executed, 5 rows are updated with the DML. So our transaction is successfully updated the name value. Yeah. Any doubt, guys?
Yeah, Mahesh, can you explain again that error?
Yeah, a simple thing is, if you iterate the list variable inside the for loop, you cannot modify with the DML statement. That's it. So this is the for loop list variable. If you iterate within the for loop, you are trying to apply any DML, that is not possible. Okay. Without having the DML, your for loop iteration will be working fine. Yeah. Now let's move to the delete part. Single record delete. Yeah. First, what we should have for delete? What information we must have? Is equal. First, we need to have the instance. I mean, object information. I'm creating a new object here, count. And how can I return the value? Instead of creating a new record, new instance, directly you can write query. Select ID from account where ID is equal. Let me go to the UI. You can copy the any ID. See, I'm copying this test formula ID. After that, directly I'm applying a delete DML, delete ACC. The line number 40 will return the record, this ID record. Line number 41, directly we are deleting that particular ACC variable. So ACC variable having the record ID, and we are deleting the ACC variable. Let me delete. Yeah, our code is executed. You can go through the UI. See, this is the record as of now available. Just to refresh this page, the record deleted. So from the code part, we deleted the record. From the line number 40, we are receiving the record ID. 41, we are applying a delete DML. Automatically, the record will be deleted. Yeah, this is for single record deletion. What about bulk record deletion? Yeah, if it is a bulk requirement, what are the mandatory things, guys? We should maintain which type? Collection.
Collection.
What is the collection we can utilize here? Count. ID, comma, name from account, where we can delete bulk records. What are the records are having with it? Mahesh deleted, Mahesh updated. Yeah. So line number 43 will return the records. Mahesh updated, and can I delete directly?
Yes, I think.
Right, ACC. Yeah, how many members say yes? How many members say no? Yeah, any guess, guys? The records are deleted or it is throwing some error?
It
I
may
think
be
it's
deleted.
Deleted. See, code is executed. Okay, perfect. How many records are there? 5 records are there. What do you think? How many records got deleted?
One record. I think.
No, 5 records will be deleted. See, don't get confused, guys. Your list collection is returning the bulk records. I mean, 5 record. You are deleting the list variable only, right? So automatically it will delete the bulk records. Don't confuse. Yeah, any questions as of now?
No.
The same condition, how can you add the for loop? So now directly deleted. If I want to check with each and every record level, how can I do that?
Using for loop.
Yeah, anyone can tell me how to write for loop?
For account variable
SEC
name equal to
is equal
not equal to that colon.
Colon. Colon.
List variable name. Think.
This one.
Yes.
Oh, I just tell you. Okay. Now what I have to do? What should I do? Want to add the records, acc.add. You see this one?
No.
Yeah. Actually, no need, guys. If you want to apply some for loops, so in that scenario, you have to do one thing. List of account. Inside the for loop, you can apply free. After that, you can add add of and delete ACC. But for the best practice, you must write the for loop. Why the reason here? Before I just deleted using this ACC list variable directly. If you observe the log file, here the DML count is how many DMLs will be filed? 1 DML or 5 DMLs? See, clearly here you can see the
One.
DML count, only one. Don't get confused. See, always if you are performing a list collection variable, your DML count will be less. Let's say, for example, if you are trying to delete ACC, let me collect the exact information. Amazon. There are 2 records. Now the delete DML inside the for loop. For. 44. Yeah, everything is fine. Yeah. Now we can check with the DML count. What do you think? How many times it will see? How many DMLs executed?
2.
2 DML. Why the reason? Why it is 2?
It's a 2 records, so for loop.
Records are there. We are using the DML inside the for loop. So that's the reason the 2 statements will be executed. Let's say, for example, first let me insert bulk records. Bulk record insert. Yeah, 500. Yeah, now 500 records got inserted into our database. See, bulk record inserted, there are 500 records out there. The total count is 510. So 500 is inserted. Now the same records, if I want to delete within the same code, let me copy this name. So with that name, we are having the 500 records. The same 500 record, if I want to delete from the delete DML, see, if I execute this, it throws the error. Oh, it doesn't delete. See, limit exception, too many circle queries, 101. See, as per the Apex limitations, only 100 DMLs are there. We can have only 100 DMLs. If it is more than 100 DMLs, automatically it will block your transaction. See, clearly you can see in any transaction. So out of 1,000, see, out of 100 DMLs, sorry, out of 150 DMLs, here it is executed 2. Out of 10,000 records, it is received 2. Yeah, out of 100 circle queries, it is executed only 1 circle query. So there is a limitation on each and every transaction. We call it as governor limits. So I will explain brief about the governor limits in our upcoming sessions. As of now, just remember, for the best practice, always we should avoid the delete functionality inside the for loop. Now, after the for loop, I'm trying to delete, and here I must utilize the delete is list type. See, if I execute this code, yeah, our code is executed, and if you refresh this page, you can see the records got deleted. See, if you go to the recycle bin, there you can see the deleted records. What is recycle bin? It's not available here. Now I think it's test talk, that's the reason it is not available. Anyway, the records got deleted. Let me now get to Lightning. So the deleted records will be stored under recycle bin only. In Salesforce internally, the recycle bin concept is there. QI. There is a recycle bin. Yeah, you can see the recycle bin records. There are 500 records are there. So we just deleted these records and the records will be stored under the recycle bin. Any questions on the delete process? Hello? Guys, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Let's move with the upsert. We'll check the upsert functionality while checking with the integration part, because our upsert is having insert and delete part within a single transaction. Yeah, let me go with the undelete because of we have seen deleted. We just deleted 3 records. Now let's try to undelete those records. So if you want to undelete, first what you should have the object instance, correct? Yeah, you can write the same logic for undelete. Instead of delete, you can apply undelete. What do you think? The code is working fine or it throws some error? See, the transaction is done. If we go to the account object, don't get confused. Let me move to the UI, classic UI. See, if you go to the all accounts, still it is not available. Only 10 records are there because of, but your code is executed, but it is not returning any single record. What is the reason? See, our code is executing fine. Like here I'm applying undelete only, not delete. But still it doesn't reflect any record in our database. See, if I scroll down to this log file, you can check with this SQL query. One is executed. See, the 0 records are retrieved because of your query is not returning any single value. If you are working with the undelete concept, there is a keyword called all rows. Is it called? Oh, something is there. No, only all rows. All rows is the keyword, I guess. Let me execute. Yeah, again, our code is executed and you can refer the log file. Now it generated a big log file, like it is returning the records from the recycle bin and it is storing the database. See, once SQL query is executed, 500 records got inserted and one DML statement is executed. 500 DML rows are inserted in our database. See, 10 records are there. If you refresh this page, see, 500 records will be retrieved from the recycle bin only. So if you are working with the undelete, you must remember there is a key called all rows. Oh. Oh my God, our entire code is deleted. Yeah, code is deleted. Only undelete is there. Yeah. So delete is there, and here there is keyword for the undelete functionality. And coming to the merge functionality, let me copy the syntax from the developer guide. Oh. Where is the merge? Merge. It's not clear. Okay, it's not clear. Let me write entire sentence. Okay, let me take any 2 records from the database. So again, bulk records are there. Let me delete. Yeah, the record got deleted. Now let's take the duplicate records. Samsung is there, and yeah, again I created one more record, Samsung. So it's a capital S, that is a small s. Yeah, now we are having 2 duplicate records, right? Now let's write circle query to return this 2 records, account, AC. I mean, master record is equal select ID, name from account, where name is equal Samsung. Yeah, for differentiation purpose, let me change it to Samsung 1. Yeah, now in our database, 2 records are there. One is Samsung, another one is Samsung 1. Let me write a circle query to return the same Samsung 1 record. Variable is merge record. Here, the record name is Samsung 1. See, here 2 records are there, Samsung 1 and Samsung. And I am returning 2 records with the help of circle queries. If the 8th and 9th lines are executed from the database, these 2 records will be returned. Now the merge DML is trying to combine these 2 records into 1 record. See, so here we are having the master record is the variable of the Samsung record. Give me space, and after whatever the record you are trying to merge into the master record, you can add the master merge record variable. See, whatever the record if you want to see inside your database, you should provide that particular variable after the merge. So whatever the record you want to delete from the database, you should provide that record variable after the master only. See, this is the merge functionality. Two records are there. If you utilize the merge DML, it will combine to one record. Let me execute. Yeah, the code is executed. As of now, two Samsung records are there. Refresh this page. See, one is deleted, and you can see only one record is there. If you have any doubt, you can go with the recycle bin. There you can see the deleted record information. Yeah, go to the recycle bin. And see, here you can see the Samsung one is the deleted record. So that is the way to work with the merge DML. So merge DML is nothing but just it is adding two records into one single record. Yeah. Any questions, guys? This is about all the DML concept. Anyway, try to practice all the DMLs, and you can refer the developer guide. And here they're providing some big code, but don't worry, you can go through my recording. I'm clearly explained what you need. So go through that first. After that, you can go with the developer guide. You will get to know like how the DMLs will work and what are the pending DML. Upsert DML, you can check while discussing with the integration part.
Hello.
Yeah.
So can we use those queries for the customer object?
Yeah. What are the queries we are writing for the standard object? You can utilize the same queries for the custom objects as well. Only you should provide the API names. So every time if I utilize the custom object here, I should go with the object and I should check with each and every field API. That's the reason I'm going with the standard object and standard field. Okay, you just change the name, field value. Instead of name, we can give what's our application payroll, employee name, employee last name. Okay.
Yeah. And sir, why we are switching to classic?
Just from the speed perspective, see, if it is a classic view, see, if it is lightning wave, every time for refreshing purpose, it will take some extra time. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That is the reason I'm using today's session within the classic. Don't get confused.
Yeah, Mahesh.
Yeah.
In custom object, we are adding any extension to that object name.
No need to add any extensions, guys. I said clearly. Just go to the object manager. From the object manager, you can collect the API names of the custom object. So if I'm writing a code on a custom object, I must use the API name to retrieve the data. Then only it will return the data. Like I will write a query on employee object. See, this is the employee object available. So if I want to write a query, first I should have this API name. Then only it will return the record.
Okay,
like employee STMP is equal new employee. The same syntaxes, there is nothing different. So STMP dot. So if you want to insert any record, what are the mandatory values, guys, inside the employee? Employee name is mandatory. Is equal. See, if I write insert DML, test EMP. It throws some error. Oh, it is inserting. I think there are no mandatory fields inside that employee object. Yeah, let me go to the employee object. See, recently I just created a test record here. See, the record is inserted here. Because of there are no mandatory fields. If we are having any mandatory fields, we must provide the mandatory field information. At the same time, if you want to provide gross salary, employment type, contract period, again, every time you should provide the API name of that particular field value. So instead of collecting the API names on the custom objects, I'm writing the code standard objects. That's it. You can put the entire code into custom objects later. Yeah. Let me show you. So I just inserted a name and I want to add gross salary to the record. Can add one more field value. Hello guys, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me guys?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I just added one more field. The API name is gross salary. Test custom object. The employee name is test custom object. If I insert this record, it will get inserted into database. You can check the employee information on the employee object. See, test custom object record. We just inserted through the code. Yeah. So that's it for today's session, guys. If you have any questions, we'll discuss few more minutes, or else we can wind up. Yeah. Any questions, guys? Okay, chalo. Yeah, please do practice, guys. Collect and if you understand the DML concept, it's easy to write the code. Yeah. Okay, guys. See you on Monday and try to practice the DML part.